load up the chat. Okay, so we can't do the route over here yet. So I guess we're continuing on with this one. So this is the route where we we didn't fall for Iris's bullshit.
Have you settled down? The scene is being inspected without you. This time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness. I didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type.
Oh yes.
I suppose humans are unpredictable.
So in this one we went to the place and we found...
Let's get back to business.
And we found Iris's body for the second time. Again with the wrong eye cut out.
You are conscious, are you not? Are you at a loss for words? Date, don't let negative thoughts consume you. Thinking that Iris died because of me. If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened. If you truly believe that, then your brain is completely rotten. Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelions.
What?
Oh, you're talking now. Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even an elementary school student would understand.
Huh?
Fine. Allow me to pluck some of those dandelions from your mind. I will ask 3 questions. Please answer honestly. First question. The cold storage warehouse was not in regular operation. But even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58-degree temperature was maintained. Why is that?
Okay. To preserve something.
To preserve something?
Yes. Let us move on to the next question. Second question. There was something strange about the corpse. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, she's got the wrong eye missing.
That is a unique factor, but there was something else, something more peculiar.
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze solid. But we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion, allow me to ask my final question. Question 3. 2 days ago, Sunday night, you found a dead body in the cold storage warehouse. But afterward, you visited the Sagan household and discovered that Iris was in fact still alive. Why?
Yeah, it's clearly none of those.
You've got it.
Shit. I don't need my tar cable just yet, so it's okay that it's fallen on the floor. I'll pick it up when I need it. It's okay right now. I'll put some more Voltarol on it.
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly. She appears to have been pregnant.
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
You mean after she was killed?
No. The fetus was not present in her body when she was killed. She must have been killed after giving birth. The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth. The expanded uterus takes some time to return to its normal size. This evidence makes one thing perfectly obvious.
This corpse isn't Iris. It's someone else.
Unless Iris was heavily pregnant and then gave birth. You don't know if she wasn't.
Which means...
Iris is still alive.
Not necessarily. She could be alive. We haven't confirmed that yet. Multiple stab wounds with a single-edged, sharp object to the victim's back. Judging by the size and shape of the marks, the weapon was most likely a kitchen knife. This matches what you said on Sunday.
So this is the body I saw then. Is there an estimated time of death?
Impossible to determine. This body has been completely frozen for at least 10 years.
10 years? She was killed more than 10 years ago?
Exactly. Her identity is unknown. Her killer is also unknown. But there is one likely suspect.
Who?
Let's consider the clues. The scene. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
Perhaps Iris was a ghost.
Sunday night, we saw So here. And there is something else about So Sajima. We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly in So's Somnium.
But it wasn't Iris. It was this woman.
That she was wearing Iris's clothes. And Iris's clothes were not in fashion 10 years ago.
That is highly likely.
What we saw was So's memory from more than 10 years ago.
I believe that is the case.
Renju and So?
But we still do not know where Renju is.
That means that we need to talk to
So Sajima.
Okay, who's betting that So is going to be dead?
I thought I told you.
Alright, so you're still alive.
Never to show your face here again.
I didn't come here for Shoko today. I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date, look.
I knew it. You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had enough of your shit, Congressman. You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage warehouse 2 days ago. Where is Renju Okiura? You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for a reason. There's definitely a connection between you two. And that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary. The same number 89 that Renju escaped with. Now tell me, where is Renju?
We'd like to ask you to please leave.
Damn it, so!
There's nothing we can do. We did arrive without a warrant.
You know, this reminds me a lot of, I think about 5 years ago in Yorkshire, there was a series of murders where the victims were all found killed by biting, I think. They had bite marks all over their bodies, and they were missing some of their internal organs. But actually, it turned out that none of the murders were connected, at least according to a chief detective, DCI Valerina Canis. I mean, someone with a name like Valerina Canis wouldn't lie to us about that.
We were technically trespassing. If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament. We would have been detained immediately. Who would look after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your responsibility with Mizuki and Ota?
Ah!
Calm down, Date. We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse in the cold storage warehouse. Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, we could call her All Ice or Alice. What do you think?
That's really insensitive, Ida. that's horrible.
Alice and Iris. I believe it fits nicely.
You shouldn't just name someone after the way that their body was preserved.
Alright, Alice. What about her?
Someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Allow me to ask you 3 questions.
Again with this?
Yes, it is. Yeah, actually, I was wondering where that sounded familiar from. That turns out in 999 as well.
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice. 3 times, in fact. When was the first time?
God, this is just like that case in, I think it was Birmingham 20 years ago, where all the victims were found, they had been smothered by some kind of velvety furred object like a pillow. But actually none of the murders were related, despite seeming that way, at least according to the chief detective.
was the second time. When my body was out of commission and you went to the warehouse on your own. I'm not talking about then. I'm talking about the very first time.
"3 days ago. Saturday night when I synced at Abyss."
Yes, in the Somnium world. We saw the frozen corpse of a girl. Question 2. Who is the girl?
Now I know. That girl was probably Alice.
Most likely, yes. So we have technically known Alice for 3 days. One last thing. The final question. In which Somnium did we see Alice?
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly. You mentioned something about Mizuki's Somnium being some kind of prophecy. But prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future. They are made from the past. Therefore...
Well, Ida, that's not very Digimon of you.
Mizuki has seen Alice before.
there is no other explanation.
Aiba, where is Mizuki now?
Where we went with Iris yesterday, the Kume Shrine.
The shrine? Why would she be there?
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's go.
Now, a refresher on what's going on here. The only person who's died so far is Shoko. We went into Mizuki's Somnium and then into So's because we thought Iris was dead, but she wasn't. Then after that we found Iris alive. She did her whole conspiracy theory thing. We went into her Somnium. We didn't believe her. Came out of her Somnium, she ran away, and then we found not Iris's dead body again.
Date,
Did you find Iris?
if I did, I would have told you already.
Right.
I think he's searching Akihabara right now. Last time he checked in, he said he didn't have anything.
I think Iris is with Renju.
With Daddy?
Yeah. Her note mentioned her most trusted person. It's probably Renju.
I mean, Renju though? Renju.
Yeah. I remember that mermaid girl saying something like that.
You want to give me a...
He was
yeah,
looking
thank
for
you.
Iris. Does that mean that Daddy is the one who called for Iris?
It could be. So I need to know where he is.
But I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Iris used to like this shrine. She told me about all her memories here. We used to come here all the time. You know those steps in the front? We would sit there together and talk about things. like what gluten-free means, and eyelash extensions, and aerial yoga, and we would talk about all our problems together. Sometimes we would talk late into the night. So I thought that maybe she'd be here, but it looks like I was wrong.
Mizuki, I have something very important to ask you. You've seen her before, haven't you? Three days ago, I saw her in your Somnium. The body of a girl who looks like Iris, Alice. Your dreams are built from your memories. So that corpse... Mizuki, please, answer me. Iris's life is at stake.
Huh? What do you mean?
Iris's hair is pretty long, actually. Like, she keeps it tucked into the back of her hoodie, but it's quite long.
I need to know everything about Alice. If I find out who she is, I might be able to solve the mystery of Renju and number 89. And that might lead me to Iris.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't have pigtails. You have pigtails.
Okay. I'll tell you about Alice. It was about a month ago. I saw my daddy crying in the president's office at Lemniscape. I was peeking through a crack in the door so he didn't see me.
I didn't see any pigtails.
Daddy got up, then
You
got
just see
into his
pigtails
car
on
and
everyone.
drove away.
Like, oh, Dante, he has pigtails. Ross Kemp,
I've never seen him like that
star of
before.
Stage and Screen. He has pigtails. And I'm like, no, he doesn't have pigtails.
I was curious,
But you were like, no, he
so I
does.
followed him in a taxi. That led me to the cold storage warehouse. He got out of his car and went inside.
I think he's been on stage.
I followed right behind him, quietly. Daddy was standing next to the forklift in the back. I hid behind the shelf. I watched Daddy open the hood of the forklift, and then, after a little bit, he left. I wanted to know what he was looking at. I went over to the forklift and I looked under the hood myself. And then...
You saw Alice's dead body.
But at the time, I thought it was Iris. What do you mean? I couldn't just ask. It would have changed everything. I thought that as long as I stayed quiet, everything would be okay. I didn't see a dead body. I wasn't even at the warehouse. I repeated that to myself over and over and tried to forget the whole thing.
Repressed memories are often the subject of Somnia.
You mean the memories aren't repressed, she just wasn't talking about them.
That's why Alice showed up during the sync.
The corpse looked exactly like Iris. I couldn't believe she was dead. I just couldn't. So I went to Iris's house.
Huh? What's wrong, Mizuki?
Iris was alive. I thought I was going crazy or dreaming. I tried to convince myself that it was just a hallucination. What was I supposed to do? Daddy would have been in trouble.
So you kept quiet this whole time?
actually met with one of the higher-ups at Daddy's company last night, before I went to Matsushita Diner.
Why?
Because you asked about the cold storage. I was curious. I asked around some, and... I found out that Daddy was managing the warehouse before I was born. After my grandpa died, Daddy took over. In exchange for managing the warehouse, he gave ownership of the company to someone else. I guess he didn't want to let this place go. Or maybe he couldn't let it go. That's more accurate, I think. But I understand why. Inside that warehouse was...
Alice.
On paper, Daddy has nothing to do with Okiura Fishery. Daddy was still managing the warehouse. And he was the only one allowed in there, too. That was part of the agreement when he gave up the company. And the whole thing had to be a secret. He really stressed that point.
I mean, presumably from then until the present day. It's like 12, 13 years.
For 18 years.
18 years.
That's what the man told me.
18 years? From that long ago?
Yes.
Iba, I need an emergency search. Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
Huh?
Date, I found her. The girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Iwai. 19 years old at the time of her disappearance.
Just pouring myself a small drink. That actually is more than I had planned, but okay, it's still small.
A graduate of Eitoku High School.
What?
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends.
No, sorry.
Alice's... Monica. Hitomi's friend who went to the same school as her and Renju. But why? Monica's body was found just now. But even back then, Hitomi knew. She knew that Monica was already dead.
I guess we need to sync with Hitomi.
Iba, where is Hitomi right now?
At headquarters for questioning. MPD still believes that the body they discovered was Iris.
Got it. Contact boss. Have them bring Hitomi to Abyss.
Roger that.
This reminds me of in Nottingham 8 years ago, that state of like 12 suicides, where all of the people who committed suicide were found with like black hair in their lungs. It was weird, but according to the chief detective, none of those were related.
You're awfully calm. You saw the corpse of your daughter today. You were called into the station to confirm her identity. And yet here you are, cool as a cucumber. Even though you lost your precious daughter. Shall I guess why? Because that body isn't Iris. And you know it.
Are you serious?
Yes. Her name is Monica Iwai. She was killed when she was 19. She went to the same high school as you, and she was your best friend. Isn't that right? Nothing to say for yourself? Hiding something? Maybe you killed her with Renju.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, now you're talking. But we know Renju committed a crime. Illegally disposing of a body. And we can prove it.
Yeah, we've got to be right.
The cold storage warehouse where the body was found. It's been managed by Renju Okiura for almost 2 decades now. And witness testimony proves that he knew about the corpse there. And if I'm not mistaken, you knew about the corpse too, Hitomi. You and Renju have been close since high school. It's not too much of a stretch to think that he told you about the body. And I remember you telling me once.
When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
How did you know that she was dead?
I didn't.
Don't play dumb. I know
Yeah,
you're
probably
hiding something.
Manaka.
You know what happened 18 years ago. And you knew she was pregnant. You were her best friend. Of course you would have known. Tell me. Tell me everything.
Date, she's not going to talk. Sync with her.
You know, there are other ways of getting information than just syncing with people, Doss. I know you have to justify your budget, but...
Date, I'm sure I've told you enough times by now, but please, come back within 6 minutes.
Hey, Peter, I just have one question. And that question is... Renju? Renju, though. Renju. Renju.
I can't promise you that, Pewter.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not coming back until I find something.
Date, you can't.
Why not?
You know why.
Because it will take over my consciousness?
Yes.
But if it's only a little...
No, not even a little. If the sync passes the critical point, the damage will be irreparable.
But what does that mean exactly?
Hey, Peter. Tell me what it means.
No.
I'm not hiding anything.
I mean, we know you're hiding something. And you're hiding your weird relationship with Renju. Renju? Peter?
Then let's try it. Let's experiment with my mind. Then we'll know for sure what'll happen.
Fine. I'll just say it.
Yeah?
Pewter, tell him.
Me?
You know more about it than I do.
Well, first off, 6 minutes is not a hard limit. It could be 7, or even 8.
I don't care about the exact time. I'm asking what happens if you go beyond the limit.
Do you remember the story I told you about the egg?
Yeah, why?
If you imagine an egg as your consciousness, the yolk is what goes into the subject's brain. The white remains inside your shell. If you go beyond the limit, your yolk will not be able to return to its shell.
Because the subject's mind will start to take over the sinker's consciousness, right? I know that part already.
Indeed. But there's more to it. After the yolk is devoured, the egg white is brought through the machine next.
Huh?
And there's more. It's not just the sinker's brain. The same process eventually occurs in the subject's as well. In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
The human brain has what can be understood as a memory limit. One brain can only hold one consciousness, and it can only contain one person's memories.
Now you know everything. Talk to the boss.
Hey boss, the fuck?
I was unaware of this as well. This information is not on any accessible databases.
We had to prevent the possibility that the system could be exploited.
Exploited? But...
Even if it wasn't you, someone else might try. We didn't tell any Sinkers this, including you. Project Sync is a top-secret project. It's a matter of national security. Even Sinkers are on a need-to-know basis. Think about it. What if you were kidnapped by bad people who tried to make you talk?
bad people?
A criminal organization, spies from another country, those people. If you blabbed about Project Sync, the entire country might be at risk. You heard it from Pewter. The Sync machine isn't just for entering a person's Somnium. It can also be used to swap bodies between two people. Imagine what this machine would be used for in the wrong hands. That's why I didn't tell you. We can't let this secret get out.
Swapping bodies between two people? Trading minds?
Remember what I told you earlier. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I got it.
Are you really okay?
I'm fine. Start it.
Understood. Let us begin.
God?
I am the god of fire. I burn erotic books with my flames of red-hot anger.
My, how ruthless.
Ow!
Are you okay?
That hurt.
I'll let you read this porno mag if it'll make you feel better.
I will burn it.
The fog is making it pitch black.
The light over there. Is that a firefly? Somnium scan. Activate. It disappeared?
No, wait. It might still be nearby.
A flower bud. I cannot identify the variety.
What happened?
It doesn't have any particular smell, but for some reason I nearly blacked out.
Maybe it's poisonous. Be careful.
What's this? Caring words from you, Date. What are you hiding?
Looks like the flower is the only thing we have to interact
A
with.
flower bud. I cannot identify the variety. Worship it?
Yeah.
I will pray to it as though I am mourning the dead. It bloomed a little?
I don't know what caused it, but it's better than nothing happening.
A hole in a tree. I may be able to fit inside. I am not going to be eaten or anything, right?
Might be.
Whoa! I fell, but I am still in the forest.
It's darker than before.
What? Is someone there?
Hey!
That voice is...
Find out where that voice is coming from.
Five minutes left, Date.
a hole in the tree. It looks about as big around as a soccer ball. I am not going to be sucked in, am I?
That's strange. It should have worked.
Did you want to see me get sucked in?
Yeah.
A hole in the tree. I cannot see anything. It is unnaturally dark.
Anything else?
I do not see anywhere that air could be flowing from.
Minutes.
A rock. Do what?
Just try.
Understood.
Well, did you find anything?
No, of course not. A rock. But it's a rock.
Gods live in the rocks too, you know.
A rather Japanese way of thinking.
I mean, either he is
Just
Japanese.
try it.
If you insist.
How was it? You've cleared your head, right?
Yes. I now feel a sense of emptiness.
Guess it was a waste of time.
I do not want to hear that from you.
Oh,
Renju Okiura. Renju, what are you doing in a place like this?
He won't answer.
Not in a place like this, at least. Renju Okiura. This is for neglecting your responsibility to Mizuki, you coward! No use. I can't hit him.
This Renju is still a teenager. He wouldn't know Mizuki yet.
3 minutes, Date. You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
yeah, we're not going to make it
hole
this
in
time.
the tree. The Emperor is naked!
Okay. What about the Empress, though?
The Empress is naked!
Sounds like my kind of empire. Let's move there. I don't see anything.
Nor do I. A hole in the tree. Understood. I will do my best. This is a picture of Hitomi, Renju, and Monika.
Everyone is so young. Hold on to that.
Where was it that we found Renju or Renju?
Renju Okiura. Renju, look at this. Wait!
Renju, stop!
You have 1 minute left.
What is this hole? It wasn't here earlier. Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Understood. Huh. It's even more difficult to see now. Another voice? Monika! That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she? Look for her.
Time's up.
Oh, surprised me.
Date, we can't! Time is up!
Damn it! Is it over?
A flower bud. I can... A hole in a tree. A hole in the tree.
Five minutes left, Date.
Renju... What is this hole? It... Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Understood.
Four minutes.
Okay, we just follow the lights and see where they lead us.
Another hole in a tree. About as big as a capybara, I estimate.
Those are pretty big.
What is this? A web of some kind?
Well, it would have to be a spider web.
I have web on my face. A hole in a tree. Leave it to me. I will break it down. Huh? Date, perhaps we should pursue a more peaceful route.
Yeah, I agree.
A hole
Okay, I guess we're screaming.
3 minutes, Date.
Hitomi! Date likes Hitomi!
Hey, what are you trying to say? Hitomi won't remember this sink. But still.
Hitomi stopped.
Now we just have to actually find her. Oh, here she is.
That's Hitomi. Hitomi? I see.
Well?
She dresses modestly, but underneath she has a curvaceous body.
Good work, Aiba. That's good to know.
That's Hitomi. Hitomi, what are you doing here?
Guess she can't hear you. She looks like she's looking for something.
Okay, so there's something else we need to find. Something over here.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
What? A rock.
I guess rock 3 is the only thing around here to interact with now.
A rock. This is a simple rock, but...
Is there any kind of pattern?
No, there does not appear to be. A rock.
You have 1 minute left.
Do what?
Just try.
No, that's not it.
Date, you've got less than 30 seconds.
That's Hitomi. Where?
Well, you could, you know, touch her...
But in this Somnium, she might be a minor.
her stomach. Test how soft her stomach is.
If you say so. I touched it.
So, what's the softness situation? Tell me.
It was soft. Nice and pliant. No noticeable abdominal muscles.
Valuable information indeed. Thank you, Aiba.
You old pervert. That's Hitomi.
None of this is really working.
Hitomi Sagan. Like Renju, this must have been approximately 20 years ago.
Something must have happened around that time.
Time's up!
Date, we can't! Time is up!
Damn it! Is it over?
Okay, I don't even know where I'm meant to be looking, so I'm gonna look up. Walk through. How on earth was I meant to figure that one out? Actually never had to do anything like that before. Yeah, your fun chilling stuff.
minutes.
What is this?
Minutes, Date.
Another hole.
Those are pretty big.
A hole in a tree. I won't get sucked in, right? Hmm? A cord bracelet has appeared on my wrist. Perhaps it belongs to someone.
Might be important. Hold on to it.
Okay, back to Hitomi.
That's Hitomi. Do you remember this? Wait!
Follow her!
On it!
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
A large hole.
Hey, bro.
Was this here before? If there is nothing left to do...
Not much, just exploring the dream mind place of this here woman. It's full of trees and rocks. And
Date,
trees.
what is going on?
I don't know, it's pitch black. I can't see anything.
I see. Then it is not me malfunctioning.
Can you feel your way around?
I can try. What? A licorice flower. Let's do it. What? Another hole.
You have 1 minute left.
A large hole. We've come this
No,
far.
you didn't really miss
I will
anything
not
at all.
protest now.
You just got a bracelet and gave it to Hitomi.
That is...
But tell me, I think I know what happened 18 years ago. You three were close. You, Monica, and Renju.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Monica was murdered. You and Renju found the body in the mountains.
Oh, no, the killer put her in a hole and they got her out of it.
And you brought it back to the cold storage warehouse. My guess? So Sejima killed Monica. I've seen inside his head before, using this machine.
I see. If you know that much, then there's no point in hiding it anymore.
This is just like those murders 30 years ago in Edinburgh, where all of the victims were ritually stabbed, and on the walls they'd written, "Thighs murdered us." But according to the chief detective, the crimes weren't related to each other.
I'll tell you the truth.
Valoria Dogman, I think. DCI Valoria Dogman.
Wait, you're going to see So?
According to a newspaper, she was the softest detective on the force.
Yes. I want to talk to him in person.
No, you can't.
Why not? Are you worried about my body?
That's a weird way of putting
You
it.
don't have to worry about that. I'm totally fine. But your stomach is still... Oh, my doctor told me that's normal. Your stomach doesn't go down right away after giving birth.
I'm not worried about your body. I don't know how to explain it. So doesn't care about you. And especially not your child.
I haven't told him about giving birth. He contacted me for the first time in a while.
So that's why.
He wants to know about the baby.
He must be panicking. If anyone ever finds out his mistress had his baby, his political career would be over.
It's not like it was an affair. His wife passed away after giving birth to his son, right?
It would still be a big scandal. He impregnated a girl who just graduated high school. Don't you see how that looks? He knew how the public would take it. That's why he gave you the money to deal with it. There's no way he'll accept that child.
Yeah, like, this will ruin his career. He fucked a teenager and impregnated her.
It's okay. I told him that I won't cause any trouble.
So is Sejima. He truly is the Doris Johnson of the sea.
But could you take care of the baby? Just for a little bit? I'll be right back.
Fine. But take this with you, just in case. It's a GPS transmitter. Just to be extra safe.
I really don't think I'll need it. But okay, if it'll make you feel better.
I don't know what Monica saw in So. She said he was kind and loyal, that he wanted to change Japan, but I didn't understand any of it. He tried to convince her to break up with him so many times. She never listened, and it ended in tragedy. What happened next, you already know. Neither Renju or I saw it happen, so I don't know how much of this is accurate. But we could guess what happened.
Yeah, the eye. I mean, unless so is the old Cyclops killer.
Renju told me.
But you said he wasn't there.
He heard some of this from the Kumakuras. Renju had connections with them.
How did the Kumakuras know?
So told them. He told her to move overseas. He said he'd pay for everything. Date, you said that Monica was killed by So, right? But that's not true. Monica was killed by Saito Sejima, the son of So and his late wife. Saito was 12 at the time.
12?
Yes.
But why would a little boy do that?
I don't know. I can't imagine. So contacted his friend, the chairman of the Kumakuras. He asked him to dispose of the body and left the scene with Saito.
The incident was 18 years ago. That means the chairman was Rohan, not Moma.
Rohan went to the scene of the crime?
Yes, with some of his men. Again, neither Renju or I saw this. We were just waiting at my house for Monica to return. But she never came back. We tried to call her cell, but it didn't connect. But then, we saw movement on the GPS.
The GPS Renju gave to Monica?
Yes. At first, we thought she was on her way home. But we saw the GPS getting further and further away from the city. Renju and I got nervous, and we decided to follow it.
What about the baby?
We couldn't take the baby with us, so Renju gave the baby to the mob doctor he trusted.
Wait, is Pewter the mob doctor? I mean, I can't think of anyone else it could be. Pewter, do you even have a degree in medicine?
Those are Kumakura men.
We didn't dare move. We couldn't speak. We were barely breathing. We could only watch as it all unfolded. I knew what the hole was for, but I couldn't move. Couldn't do anything. I remember my heart beating so fast. Before long.
Yeah, but like...
We good here?
Usually is a named character.
Cover her. Just a minute.
Beautiful.
The Kumakura people covered Monica's body, then left. Renju and I ran over, and dug up the grave with a tree branch. What we saw.
Monica! Monica! too. We need to call the police.
No, we can't. Not yet.
Why not?
You don't know who those guys are. They would do anything to keep this hidden. I've seen it happen myself. I know what they're capable of. Anyway, think about it. Why would they do this? They thought Monica and her baby were going to be trouble. Monica's stomach was still pretty big. I don't think they know that she gave birth already. What do you think they'd do if they found out? They would take her and kill her too. And then, they'd come for us. They'd make it look like we disappeared. All of us would be gone.
Renju convinced me. He knew more about the dirty underbelly of society than anyone. He knew when something couldn't be handled by the police. He said that they would do anything to kill the child. And I believed him. We had to protect Monica's baby. We had to, no matter what.
Okay, I understand.
I decided to trust him. We couldn't leave Monica's body in the forest. We cleaned her up and took her to the cold storage warehouse.
This warehouse is owned by Okiura Fishery. My father runs it. But it's not in use right now. They're moving operations to a better area. They're actually looking for buyers right now. But don't worry. I'll take over the warehouse.
Are you sure?
Yes. Don't worry. I'll keep everyone out. Everyone but you, of course. I'll give you a key. You can come visit any time you want to see Monica.
That's morbid.
Monica, don't worry about the baby. I'll protect her, no matter what. And don't worry about them, either.
Yeah, but you're not, like, usually looking directly at the body when you go to a grave.
Never forget.
You're just looking at a stone. Being like, oh hey, it's a stone. It's got words on it.
I'm sorry.
Not like, yes, let me feast my eyes on this corpse. Okay, Lenin is an outlier, and also you're Lenin. Your face is Lenin, your mum is Lenin, Lenin. Renjiro.
The mob doctor took care of everything. I have the birth certificate, and I even picked up a mother and baby book. It wasn't cheap, but you don't have to worry about it. Just submit the birth certificate, and everything will be taken care of. You look worried.
I feel like I'm somehow betraying Monica. She was the one who gave birth.
Soon, you won't even be able to think about that. Because a war is about to begin.
What?
War?
Between
You say that so
and the
cheerfully.
You won't get a good night's sleep for a long time. You might even start to resent Monica for all this.
Really?
Anyway, as soon as you submit the certificate, you will officially be her mother. Be sure to raise her responsibly. I'll help. Occasionally.
Occasionally, huh? I was thinking about her name. How about Iris?
Iris?
The goddess of rainbows in Greek mythology? And the colored part of your eye.
And the flower, too.
Right.
I thought it might have something to do with your name, Hitomi.
Not only that, it's also for Monika's name. The kanji for Monika uses the character for love. And Monika reminds me of Manako, Japanese for eye.
You don't have to specify what is
So
Japanese,
both
you're
names have
speaking
something to do with
Japanese
that.
right now.
And I, which means love, will always be a part of Iris.
So that's how you came up with the name?
Don't you think it's nice?
Iris. Iris. Yeah, I really like it. I don't really want to discuss this, but there's something you need to know. After talking to the Kumakura gang, I found out who killed Monika. So's son, Saito Sejima.
How?
Speaking of, this is how I'm going to conduct all conversations from now on. Just being like, oh, it looks like it's cloudy out. Cloudy. The English word for cloudy.
Saito was only...
12 years old.
Why? Why would a little boy do that?
I don't know the motive, but I know it's true. So used his connections with the Kumakuras to cover up for his son. And all of the evidence of this scandal, of course.
I'll never forgive them. So, his son, or the Kumakuras.
I feel the same way. But you can't think about revenge now. You and the baby can't lead a life like that. Just bear with it for now. The opportunity will come. So wait until the right moment. Okay?
And so my life with Iris began. Raising a child was much harder than I expected. Waking up in the middle of the night to change diapers or feed her. Iris wasn't a good sleeper. I had to sing her lullabies to put her to sleep. And I always needed to put her to bed so carefully. It would only take 10 seconds before she'd start crying again. So I had to pick her up, sing her another lullaby, then put her back to bed. After doing this over and over, before I knew it, the morning sun would creep in through the windows. But even with all that, I cherished every single day. My hatred for those responsible never went away. But my hands were full, raising Iris. I devoted myself to her. I never thought about anything else. Eventually, my desire for revenge just faded away.
Mama! Mama! Woof! Woof! Mama! Omelet! Omelet! Sweetie! Up? Mommy, I won race today! Is Mommy proud of me? Mommy, I want to see Milky Moon again. Mommy, you are so good at dancing. Mommy, pancakes are done. Sorry, I burned it a little. Mommy, why can't I dance at the stores? I can't help it. My body dances on its own. Mommy, don't more people come to barbecues?
Wow, child Iris is annoying. The English word for annoying.
How come it's always you and me? Hey, Mommy. How long will it take my bone to get better? I want to dance again with everybody. Mommy, do you like my shirt? Look, we're matching! Mommy, thank you for everything! I love you more than anything in the whole wide world! Mommy, look! I drew it!
The Okonomiyaki War, huh?
That was so fun! We should do it again!
Yeah, Renju's brilliant idea for, like, keeping Iris a secret, make her into a famous idol.
Oh!
I'm gonna have to say no to the latter, sweetie. It took forever to clean.
But Uncle said he wants to do it again, too! Hey, Mommy.
Yes?
Are you gonna marry him?
What are you talking about?
As long as it's Uncle, I'm all for it! I say go for it!
I would always question myself. Could I keep living a lie? I had promised Monica that I would avenge her. But I couldn't work up the courage. And maybe Renju was exaggerating. But there's no statute of limitations for murder in Japan. If we showed Monica's body to the police, So would be punished by the law. And the Tsujima's and Kumakura's crimes would be uncovered. But that would mean Iris's secret would be uncovered as well. That's what I was really worried about. I didn't want Iris to know that.
Yeah, it does actually.
And even more than that, I didn't want her to know that I'm not her real mother. That's the real reason I've been silent for 18 years. I didn't want to lose Iris. But fate can be cruel. God used other means to take Iris from me. In January, Iris suddenly collapsed. It was caused by a malignant tumor in her brain. There's nothing we can do. She only has a year to live at most. That's what the doctor said. If you remember me telling you. But what I didn't tell you is that there was an experimental new treatment. It was
nanomachines, son.
Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said.
Nanomachines. Nanomachines could remove the tumor. But the procedure would be so expensive. With my salary, it wasn't something I could afford. I thought hard about it.
Why not just ask Renju?
Hands on that kind of money, but I couldn't think of a solution.
Renju, he's rich.
Before I knew it, it was November. Iris's symptoms worsened. Her time was running out. I was starting to panic.
Renju owns at least 2 businesses. He's very wealthy.
I couldn't sit here and waste time while Iris... In any case, I had to get the money before it was too late. So I thought of a plan. A plan to blackmail So Tsujima.
You don't need... Renju, he's so rich, dude. He has like a restaurant and an entertainment company and probably other businesses as well.
2 days ago, on Saturday night, I called So and invited him to come to the warehouse. He agreed to come. After I hinted at what happened 18 years ago, I had prepared everything, hiding behind the forklift until So came. When he finally arrived, he walked over to the workbench, where I had laid Monica's body. He lifted the cloth and looked down. He whimpered and stumbled back. Even he was fazed, seeing a body he thought he got rid of 18 years ago. Not to mention it was the body of a woman he was in a relationship with. A woman his own son killed. He reacted exactly as I expected he would. I had prepared a recording and sent it to his phone.
I know what happened 18 years ago. Everything. I know who did it, and I know she had a baby inside her.
Oh my god, Hitomi was Zero all along.
You can probably guess what I'm going to say next. Be prepared to pay for my silence. I will tell you the exact amount later. And don't tell anyone about this. Not Saito, not the Kumakuras. If you do anything even remotely suspect, I will go to the press with the truth. Understand?
I told him to keep quiet and cut ties with the Kumakuras. Even if he found out who I was, without the Kumakura gang, he had no power over me. And there's no way he'd risk his political career. Not to go after me. I saw So put his phone back into his pocket and run out of the warehouse. I came out of my hiding place to put Monika's body back. But then, something unexpected happened. I saw you, Date. I hid behind the forklift before you saw me. And when you were done looking around...
It can't be. Iris.
Iris is not Hitomi's daughter. But Iris's father is Sosajima. Her mother, Monica Iwai, was killed 18 years ago by So's son, Saito. However, Hitomi raised Iris since she was a baby. Hitomi showed unwavering love and compassion for her. Just as much as her biological mother would have, if not more.
Yeah, Hitomi is the one who actually raised Iris. I mean, I realise that's not Manaka's fault, but...
The only possible treatment was experimental nanotechnology. However, that treatment is restrictively expensive. Hitomi devised a plan to blackmail Sosajima for the money. The best way to establish the blackmail was to show him proof directly. That is why Hitomi created the scene with the corpse. She was the one who called So to the warehouse. On Sunday night, what Date saw was what Hitomi had prepared for So. That is the summary of what we have learned so far. But there are some things I have yet to understand. Date, pull yourself together. Ask her questions. Date, snap out of it!
Okay, one moment, I'm just going to go do myself some coffee, and then we'll question Hitomi. Okay, we're back.
No, I did not. All of this was my idea. I'm sorry. I have no idea.
I probably don't have to ask, but let me just be sure. After I left the warehouse, what did you do?
I put Monica's body back onto the hood of the forklift. Then I left.
Makes sense.
That's why the police didn't see the body when they arrived on the scene. It makes perfect sense now that I have the facts. Iris did not resurrect. You simply mistook Monica for Iris. The body did not disappear. Hitomi moved it. Those were the events at the warehouse Sunday night. Simple. There are still a few loose ends, but I believe I understand what occurred 18 years ago. However, none of this ties directly back to Shoko Nadami. Her murder was just 4 days ago. Is it connected? Or are these two separate cases?
If there is a connection, it would be with Renju and So. We can think about it later. More importantly...
Yeah, what happened to So? It's not So, Saito.
Wait. Where are you going?
To look for Iris, of course.
But you have no idea where she is, right?
Do you know something?
Yes. At around 4 o'clock today, I received a phone call. I don't know who it was. They were using a voice modulator.
What did they say?
I have your daughter. Don't call the police or she dies. That's
well, technically you didn't call us.
Renju.
We don't know that for certain. It could be number 89.
Either way, Iris is in danger right now.
The voice asked for something else. He told me to go to a specified location with you.
With me?
Yes.
The culprit knows me? It must be Renju. What location?
I'm sorry, but this stops now.
Tutor,
Date. Run.
for God's sake.
Boss!
Please, do not worry. I merely put her to sleep.
What are you doing?
My orders. You told us to halt our investigation. The boss was already going against orders as it is, which is why...
Investigation? What investigation? Shoko or Iris?
Neither. The investigation of Monica's murder.
Monica? But her case is all but completely solved.
Yes, but only to us, right? If we say nothing, then her investigation is ongoing.
So Tsujima. So threatened us, didn't he?
I don't know.
Really, Tutor? So, and Renju, and So, and Renju. Really?
But you've been stripped of your authority on this investigation. As of 5 minutes ago.
You're not blessed by 5.
You are to be placed under house arrest. What will you do, Date? I suggest you comply.
Aiba, can you turn the power off?
Easily.
Alright, get ready. 3, 2, 1. tell me, where is the location?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
If I told you, you'd go alone, wouldn't you? But if I don't go with you...
All right, take me there. I know this place.
It's the chemical plant that closed 8 years ago.
Date, I'm sorry, but... this is going to be bad.
What happened?
Someone has begun to access my stored memory. They are attempting to wipe all the data. Everything I have accumulated over the last 5 years. Including backups.
Pewter. Is Pewter doing this?
Almost definitely. He does have admin rights. I summoned some ice, but that will only buy time. I have 4 hours at the most. After my ice is broken, Peter will be able to access Watch It, my core programming. He would be able to destroy my mind.
Why?
It must be related to the orders they are receiving from the top. The higher-ups clearly see you as a threat, Dante. They are attempting to limit your power by removing you from the equation. I suppose their motivation hardly matters now. The most important thing now is finding Iris and bringing her to Abyss within 4 hours. Or else, I will cease to exist.
Date? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just...
All right. Now you know. So get moving. I'm counting on you, Date.
It's just the foamiest there.
I'll go in first. You wait here.
Okay.
Is that...
Oh, Renju's dead.
Renju?
Oh, what? You're barring me from continuing the case again? Really? What do I have to do to unlock it? Which I probably won't do today, that at least we'll know. Okay, we're not going to do that today. If it's blocking us off from continuing, that's probably a good place to leave things for now. So instead, I will load up some Final Fantasy 12 and we'll do a short stream of that. Yes, clearly I need to go back to the 5 door. Okay, I'll be back in a moment with some Final Fantasy 12. I almost said 20 there. We're not that far gone yet.